Hello friends, welcome to my LeetCode journey. So let's solve the first problem, that is 2 sum from the LeetCode problem number 1. So let's first go through the problem statement. Given an array of integer nums and integer target, return indices of two numbers such that they add up to target. You may assume that each input have exactly one solution and you may not use the same element twice. So let's go through the example. If the number is 2, 7, 11, 15 and the target is 9, so the output is coming as 0 and 1 because these two numbers are adding up to the target. That's 2 and 7 adds up to the target 9. 3 to 4 and the target is 6, so the indices 1 and 2 adds up to the target. Okay, the same goes for if you take this example, 3 is 3 and the target is 6, then we can say this 0 and 1 indices adds up to the target. So let's first go through, let's start with something that we first go through, right? Let's start with two loops for I in uh, nums, for j in nums, let's range of length of nums. So what I'm doing here is I am going to loop through the length of the numbers. This is just a brute force that mostly we start with brute force, right? So this would be a brute force. So what I'm actually doing here is I'm starting two loops. So first we'll be keeping track of, for each of the I, the j would be doing full round, right? If my pointer right now is at 2, right? I is at 2, then what j will do is j will start from 2, 7, 11 and 15, right? But we should be not taking the same numbers, right? If I and j is pointed to same thing, it's not correct, right? So what I'm going to do is here is I will be just putting it as I okay. Now what I'm going to do is like sum is equal to nums of I plus nums of j, right? And what I'm going to do here is let me create a list that will store the indices. Int is equal to list. So this is the brute force method that I'm doing right now. I will also go for optimized one after this, once we have solved using brute force. So what the solution says, you may return as a two numbers such that they add up to target, right? And you may not use the same element twice. Like it should not be, indices should not be 0 0 1 1 2 2, right? So what I'm going to do here is if I sum, so if sum is equal to target, let's not call it sum because sum is a reserved keyword. So what I'm doing here is let me just put something else, sum target, and I is not equal to j. Why I'm putting not equal to j here is because it should not be same index, right? It should not be 0 0 1 1 2 2, right? So that's why I'm checking whether I and j is same index or not. If it's not, then ind dot append uh extend and that extend I comma j and then return end, right? Let me run this through and let's see whether this works or not. If not, we will make changes. If it works, then we will go through the optimized solution. So this worked, right? Why it is working? So let's go through the example here, right? So for now, consider the I is at index number 0, right? What j is going to do? J will be iterating from zeros to index 0 to 1 2 3, right? And what it will do, it will keep on adding. For example, it will array of nums of 0 is 2, right? And it will right now 2, then the value of j will be keep changing from 2, 7, 11, 9, right? So it's changing, right? 2 plus 7, is it matching with 9? Yeah. Is it matching with target? That's equal to 9. Yep. And is IA and j and dash is same? No. Then it will return, right? It will go to the list and it return. This is not an optimized one because it's taking O of n square, right? We have two loops. This is going to take O of n square solution, right? So that's why it's not optimized one. Let's look at the optimized solution. So here we will be using hash map. So let's create a map or dictionary. Scene elements is equal to dict. Now what I'm going to do is for I in range length of uh, numbers, right? Now let's do one thing. What do you think would be an optimal solution, right? We know we have to get 9, right? Somehow, right? We have to get somehow 9, or for example, let's take this example. So we have to get 9 right now. Target is 9. That such that two numbers add up to 9, right? But suppose num of I is 2, right? Num of I is 2. Num of I is 2 for now. Then what do you think I should be adding to this number to get the target number? That is 7, right? 7, right? So let's go in this way. So what I can do is complement number required, number needed, right? Number needed will be target minus current number, that is nums of I, right? So now what I'm going to do is I will look for this number, whether this number is in dictionary or not. If it is not in dictionary, I will add it. Okay, that's all for now. So number needed, if number needed in dict, no, in scene elements, then return, that will be I, I, that is my current index and the index of the number, right? The number, this number, what's the index, right? Then my dictionary would be storing number and its index. So that would be, so if I just put number needed, right, it's written. Else what it's going to do, I'm going to add this to, I'm going to add it to the dictionary. Number needed of no, sorry, I have to add to dictionary, right? So I will paste scene elements of number needed. This is my key and the value would be the index I, right? And then finally what I'm going to do is I will be returning the no, that's all. I think let's run this one. Let's see whether this one works or not. So it says that now scene elements not defined, right? Scene elements, is there any, oh my god, is there any typo here? I think there is some typos. Yeah, let me just paste it everywhere. Let me run this one. So it's saying wrong answer, right? Why it's saying wrong answer? Output is coming as null. So return of I will be, and my number is, else number needed is equal to A, right? Let's look at it. Why? Let's debug this one. I'm also learning side by side, right? I'm not go through this code previously, so I'm also trying to. This is my journey right now, right? So number needed is 7, right? So number needed is 7, correct? If number, so first time the scene elements will be empty. So if number is in empty, so it will say no, the number is not in list, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to print number scene elements here. Let me see, right? So what it's going to do is first it will, let us go, right? So it said uh, it's asking you number needed, what's the complement number that I will be adding with nums of I to get target number, that is 7, right? And it will say if number needed is elements, if number is in this one, no, it's not there, right? So what it's going to do, it's added the number needed I. So this is incorrect because 7 is not at 0th element, right? 7 is at not at 0th element. So think about it right now. So obviously I just, whenever I feel something is wrong, I just, I just do some print statements and all, nothing else. So this does helps me uh, with debugging what exactly is happening here. So the 7's indices is not 0, it's 1, right? But right now I'm appending it as what I'm doing here is I'm appending it incorrectly, right? I'm appending it as 0, which is incorrect, right? So what should I be doing here? Think about it. I should not be appending number needed here. I should be appending the nums here, right? I should be adding the indices of the current number. That would be my nums of I, right? For example, 2 should be getting added here, right? So now let me run it now again. This was the mistake that I did here, right? Now see. So my loop come here, right? So right now nums of I is equal to 2 because it's pointing at the 0th element, right? 2. Now this number needed will be target minus nums of 2. So say 9 minus 7, how much it is? 7, right? So up now what I'm going to do is I'm changing scene elements. If number needed is in scene elements, so is the number present in dictionary? No, it's not present in dictionary, right? So what will happen? It will go to the else block. So what I'm doing here is I'm adding this number with the indices. So what it is adding to the dictionary, number of I is equal to 2. So now the dictionary would be something like 2 and its indices, that is 0, right? So this is now our dictionary is like this one. Now in the next loop, nums of I will be 7. Nums of I will be 7 now, right? Now if I do number needed target minus 7, that will coming as 2, right? So I will check whether if 2 is in scene elements dictionary. Yep, 2 is already in the scene elements. So what is going to do? It will return the current element, uh, the current index, that is I is at 1 right now. So 1 comma scene elements of number needed. Number needed is 7. Number needed is right now number needed is 2. So if I will look at the in the dictionary number 2, the dash is present here is 0, right? So it will return 1 comma 0, right? Output 1 comma 0. So it can be in any order, right? It's written here, right? You can answer in any order. It's not like you don't have to sort and all. So this one is the right answer, right? Let me just remove the print statements and then I will submit it. Let's submit it, right? And now let's analyze this complexity. So it should be of n, yep, because we have only one loop here, right? It's looping through the length of number that is array. So it's solution of O of n. I hope you have enjoyed this video. You have learned how to tackle a problem using brute force as well as optimized one. Let's meet in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.